This video is sponsored by Blue Eddy.
Yep, that's us. And you're probably wondering how we ended up here. Well, let's rewind. Okay, not that far. We're back in San Diego, and if you don't know, this is the city that Tony and I were living in when we first met. So we're very excited to be back here and also looking forward to retracing the steps from early in our relationship. So for the next few days, we're gonna be hitting up some of those spots that are special to us while also finding some new ones too.
So, welcome to San Diego, and the very real possibility that we may never leave here again.
Imagine how much weight we're gonna gain when we move back here. Sorry, I didn't know you were recording. After driving the entire California coast, like from the very top, we found ourselves back here, San Diego. Also, you might notice we have a car. Funny story, one of our Patreon subscribers, Katie, graciously let us borrow her spare car while we're in San Diego. That's right, for just $3 a month, you too can take us out to dinner and let us borrow your car.
Seriously, we love all of you. Thanks for subscribing both here and on Patreon. Anyway, look who's driving again.
Today, we're making our way over to a place called Extraordinary Desserts. Why? Because that's where Tony and I had our first date.
I'm gonna grant you all a little insight look into Sara and I's lives. This is where we had our very first date. It is a lot fancier than I remember it being.
I think they rebranded. Like
Yeah.
this is way fancier than it used to be.
But funny story, I don't think I've ever told you guys. When Sara and I first started talking, we were like, let's plan somewhere for us to go for a first date. And I was like, let's go here, but there's 2 different locations, so make sure you don't pick the wrong location. And I ended up going to the wrong location. So you ended up waiting for me for how long, do you remember?
Like, you were very apologetic. You're like, I went to the wrong location. Facepalm emoji, I'm sure. I'm in an Uber now, and you had come to the right location. I was probably waiting like 10, 15 minutes. If you had to guess what color pants Tony was wearing on our first date, what would you guess? If you guessed pink, you would be correct. This man showed up in pink jeans.
Fashion.
Pink jeans.
Fashion. I don't regret those jeans. I wish I still had them, but I probably can't fit them now.
But I also,
they weren't skinny or anything, so.
No, they weren't skinny jeans, thank goodness. But I also feel like our whole relationship, including that first date, has been a throuple because the camera also came with us on our first date.
It did.
He said he wanted to take some photos. So this has been an 8-year-long throuple relationship, you, me, and the camera.
Which, after this, we're going to go to too, so where we took photos. I wanted to say it was Spruce Street, but I don't think it was Spruce Street. I think it was the bridge that was right here. So we'll go to that and probably go to Spruce Street and see which one it was.
You know, it's funny too, because obviously this was our first date, so we didn't know each other yet. I am notoriously not a dessert person, and we met at like 5 p.m. and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. So I was just running off of sugar and then alcohol when we got to the bar later, which I think goes to show like how much I wanted to see this date through, because I didn't complain about my hunger levels. But it definitely looks a lot, I don't know, just like trendier. It's like a trendier spot. Fancy.
Despite the name, they do have food. For nostalgia purposes, I had to get a little something something, but for budget's sake, well, we dished out $15 for a freaking grilled cheese. Oh, and I got a cookie. Look, I know I just made a big deal about $15, but it's a cookie and I have a sweet tooth. Don't judge me, okay? Let me live.
Drooled.
Ooh, turns out it wasn't the Spruce Street Bridge we walked across back then. I definitely would have remembered this one. But it's still a cool bridge with a neat little piece of San Diego history. 1912, this has been here. Wow. Wow.
We are on Spruce Street Bridge. This is a pedestrian bridge that sways. So if you don't like that, maybe take a detour around it. I always have an appreciation for spots like this in a city where you can like just walk a few steps and it seems like quiet and you kind of forget you're in a city, and this is definitely one of them, except we are kind of close to the airport, so if you just ignore the airplanes, then it's quite a quiet little nature oasis.
A little shaky.
Don't like it?
Not the worst we've done, but it's very secure, but it is a little wobbly. it makes you a little nervous because there's nothing at the bottom except for a canyon. So it's not like you fall in the water, you fall on the ground and you're done for. So a little bit of that, but not the worst thing we've done. I think I'm pretty good to go across this like 2 or 3 more times. It's all very much reinforced. Like this is, I ain't going nowhere. And I think there's walking paths down there too, so you can kind of walk around if you don't want to go on the bridge, maybe just under it.
Something I always forget about San Diego is how many like canyons there are to explore. This walk's kind of like right over one, and what you'll see in a future video is us actually doing some restoration work in the canyons in San Diego. And after doing that, I feel like I have a newfound appreciation for just the nature that's here in the city.
So San Diego obviously has a very big naval presence and a lot of Navy history here. Just across the water you could tour the Midway, the USS Midway. But did you know, I think you already know this, but did you know that I was in a Navy commercial? Did you know I was in a Navy commercial?
You're gonna say, did you know I was in the Navy?
I mean, yeah, I was. That's how I got in the commercial.
Yes, I've seen it.
I was in a Navy commercial. Not bragging or anything, just, you know, an action star, yeah.
We didn't spend a ton of time down by the waterfront. Truthfully, neither of us ever really did. We wanted to see what, if anything, had changed. And definitely don't remember Portside Pier being here. But instead of lingering, we did what you almost have to do in San Diego: you go to the beach. And for us, Coronado has always been one of our go-tos. It's wide, and with enough space, it never feels too crowded. And getting there requires going over San Diego's most iconic bridge.
Coronado Bridge. Don't know if I missed this. Every single time I come to Coronado and I look at the houses, I'm always like, these people rich. Well, I wanted to dip my feet in the water for old time's sake, but I guess I can't do that because it's contaminated. I do miss the sand though. It's some of my favorite sand. For reference, the water is closed today because of high levels of bacteria, so I don't know how long it's gonna be closed or how often it's closed nowadays, but sucks we can't get in the water. While Sarah takes a nap, I'm gonna go down Military Memory Lane again because this was my first duty station right here on Coronado, NAS North Island. So we used to come out here for PT, that's physical training for all my non-military folks. And we would run this beach, we would run from down, I don't know, maybe like 6C, all the way past the Hotel Coronado to past the hotels. I have no idea how long that is, but looking at it now, it feels really long.
I get this feeling like a bag of bricks. Try again tomorrow.
Today, we're switching it up. We're doing something really touristy in San Diego, but you know what? So what? Sure, it's old, probably a little janky, maybe costs more than it should, but we want to do it anyway. Today, we're riding the Giant Dipper, and we rode it twice. Sorry in advance for the screaming. Check your volume.
Why not? Today of all days, why not just give it one shot?
Rode it once.
Yeah?
Don't really remember much about it. We just want to do the Dipper.
Just the roller coaster?
Yeah.
You guys are paying together, right?
Yeah.
So it just means 16, okay?
For the record, if anyone is wondering, we did ask if we could film our ride. They said, at your own risk. Fitting.
Now, would I spend all day in line for that? Probably not. But when it's a Wednesday at 1:35. You can walk right up and it's $8 a person. Ride the wooden roller coaster. Ride the wooden roller coaster. Ride the wooden roller coaster.
Mission Beach always reminds me of Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Just drop next to the ocean. But having the beach right there does make it hard to complain.
In love with me. In love with me. John Avery on the sax.
Ocean Beach has always felt a little underrated to me. Everyone flocks to PB or to Mission Beach, but OB just feels more local. We're here for something that only happens on Wednesday nights, but we're heading to the Ocean Beach night market. We got there a little early, so we did what felt right. Found a bar, grabbed a drink, and did some top-tier people watching.
So as we're sitting here with our drinks and our ocean view. When you were a baby in the Navy and you got told you're getting stationed to San Diego, what was like your first thought or impression, or like, how were you feeling?
I was so excited because it's
Had
the
you
West
been to
Coast. I've
California?
never been to California.
Had you been to the West Coast?
No, only heard about San Diego in like movies. The biggest culture shock for me coming here for the first time is the work schedule.
Was that culture shock coming here there, or culture shock once you left San Diego?
Coming here, because as you know, I had a multitude of jobs before I joined the
I
Navy.
still find out about a new job of Tony's like probably every other month. Like, oh, I used to work at Staples.
So it was like the normal work schedule. You get there at like 8, you leave at 5 or later most of the time. But like here, it was like, oh yeah, you know, show up at 9, 9:30, and then we'll leave at 3. And I was like, what? And it's like, yeah, most of the time we leave at 3, but sometimes a little bit earlier because, you know, you gotta beat the traffic to go across Coronado Bridge. And I was like, dude, that's the fucking sickest schedule ever. This is where we're eating tonight. You got Asian food, vegan food, East African food, literally Thailand food, anything you want, they got it. And it's all really good looking. Every time we end up somewhere like this, I never really know where to start. But when all else fails, I just follow my stomach and my sense of smell, which led me here first.
We got free sample, guys. Free sample.
Free samples don't hurt either.
Damn. That's pretty damn good.
This is street food math. You smell it, you stop, you pay.
So we went to the East African place. I got coconut rice, spicy jerk chicken, and plantains. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say it was good. This market has seemed to evolve more directly towards foodies, which we will never complain about. Just look at these desserts. Sarah got one of her own too.
What you getting?
Cookie.
You didn't want food first?
No. Cookie is food.
These look good though.
I know. I can't resist a birthday cake cookie.
And of course she got food too. Her choice was samosas.
Hi, I've had ground chicken samosa.
Break it out, what you got?
Ground chicken samosa. And he asked to put something on top. I don't know what it was, but I said yes. Smell good. Yum. Homey. Not a food blogger.
What does it remind you of?
Is
What's
this
it
what you
taste
want? I don't know. It's just homey. It's like simple, well-seasoned meat in dough.
We're gonna let these food babies settle in. See y'all tomorrow. Okay, so this is the Blue Eddy Elite 200 V2. You've heard us talk about it before, but we've been using it a lot lately for RV life. First off, it puts out 2,600 watts of power, which for us is more than enough to run everything we actually use day to day. As a video editor with a lot of camera gear, this setup just makes sense. We don't have to worry about what's plugged in or what needs charging. We can just charge on the move. So the two main ports that I use regularly are the AC outlets, which you can plug anything that normally plugs into a wall into one of these. And then the two USB-C ports, what we use for phones, drones, and all the small little camera gear. Being able to charge everything on the move is huge. When we stop somewhere, we don't have to waste time getting things charged or making sure there's batteries that need to be put in. It's just grab and go.
And it has the Blue Eddy app.
Just to show you how this works, I can check the power output, the battery level, and turn it on and off without even being near it, even though I'm next to it right now, so just give you an example.
And then there's this, the Charger 2.
Okay, so right now I'm installing the Charger 2. It looks a little bit intimidating at first, but it's actually pretty straightforward. I've already wired the connector through the fire port of the car and connected it to the battery, and now we're gonna see if this thing turns on.
And voila, we've got charge. Listen, if I can do this, anybody can do this, trust me. Plus, if the solar panel is added, the system can achieve power cycling, making it truly practical and cost effective. This setup is great whether you have it for emergencies or just day-to-day use. And it's perfect for larger vehicles, like our RV.
Hello.
For RV life, remote work, or just having a reliable power source off-grid, the Blue Eddy Elite 200 V2 has been solid. Check out the link in the description to find out more. I know we ended last night with food, so starting the next day with food might seem like a bit too much. But we had a late start. It's lunchtime now, and we're hungry. No better time for a California burrito.
Just one California.
California Burrito to go?
Yes.
Whatever here?
Yes.
One burrito, 12 bucks, a former staple of my diet.
So many places in San Diego make California burritos now, and everybody and their mama has their favorite, which usually involves where they live is going to be probably where their favorite's going to be. For me, it was La Perla and PB. I think they closed now, but Roberto's is the OG. So we got a California burrito, and the criteria is very simple for me. Just a juicy carne asada and crispy fries. If you got that right, you're probably going to have a good burrito. Let's bite into this thing. Ooh, should I break it?
No.
Let's bite into it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like too, if the salt.
Imagine how much weight we're gonna gain when we move back here.
I feel like
Sorry, I didn't know you were recording.
I feel like too with the fries, if they're soggy, it kind of just
Oh, for
ruins the
sure.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Gotta have crispy fries.
I wish the cheese was a little more melty. I think that would really make it for me.
Okay, new question for you. Now, when you're in Mexico City, you said you could eat tacos every day.
Yeah.
Would you feel the same way living here? Or no, because it's more expensive?
No, yeah. Oh, because of the price?
Yeah.
I've never factored the price into it. It was just taste.
Taste-wise, you could eat it every day here?
Yes.
Do you have any memories of North Park?
I had a friend who lived in North Park. It was just, I feel like I avoided it because parking always sucked.
Maybe that's it too, because I feel like I had come to North Park a few times, but not as much as I should have, because it's always like a fun area. I always like this. I don't know why.
Because parking sucks.
Yeah, probably because parking
Well,
sucks.
if you come like during a week, like we had a fine time. It's like 4, because it's mostly residential area. You
Yeah.
just gotta walk a bit.
Couple of agenda items to knock off here. Sarah wanted to stop in a store called Pigment. It's a Trini home boutique with a nice aesthetic. At least that's what it feels like to me. And I wanted to check out Verbatim Books.
Place is like a maze.
Verbatim is a secondhand independent bookstore, but you might not ever know that with how large the collection is.
How horror movies made me a better feminist.
Across North Park is this little dry cleaners that got a second life as an ice cream shop. The ice cream here is just as unique as the theme. They do a full presentation and let you try all the flavors, which turns into such a fun experience. Even if you think you know what you want, do the taste test. Trust me. Say hello to Noah.
I was gonna ask if I do it first, so I'm asking you first.
Most people don't even ask, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I recommend we sample everything on the menu. We have 8 flavors total.
And we sampled all 8. But I'm not going to run through all of them. Instead, I had a question.
The concept, how does that come about? Is it like still like a dry cleaner in the bag?
It used to be a dry cleaners for like 30 years. It was run by a woman named On. I was actually doing some like earth sleuthing because we opened in 2018, but she'd been here for like decades before that. We just asked if we could keep both her name and lettering.
Oh, cool.
When she retired. Because yeah, she was like pillar of the community. We actually still get customers in here that have like said they like brought their dry cleaning to On before. And we just wanted to like continue her legacy basically, but now we name all of our shops after On.
We couldn't decide on an ice cream, so we both went with a 2-flavor combo, and by the time it was gone, Coin Op had just opened. Coin Op is basically what happens when a bar and an arcade have a baby. We started with a game called Sink It, think beer pong without the beer. And Sarah absolutely destroyed me.
3, well damn, that's what you should have done the whole time.
I got a little redemption though with basketball and some Street Fighter. But for all the marbles, it came down to one final race in Mario Kart. I won, but it was close.
The final day of our comeback tour took us to La Jolla.
This is the best place in San Diego to see seals and sea lions. You can see them from the shore area. You can probably smell them once you get close to. But we're also going to go to Jimmy's Sea Cave to maybe get a more up close look. And neither of us knew this existed before. Which neither of us knew existed and have never been there. So this should be exciting.
The sea mammals tend to gather in 2 places here, the Children's Pool and La Jolla Cove. And since we're here in January, many of the pups are shedding their fur.
Big stretch.
Each time the waves come up, they have to like arch because they don't want to get wet and cold in the water.
We probably lingered here longer than we planned, but watching a bunch of seals in their living room feels like time well spent. They've got it all figured out. Just laying out in the California sun all afternoon. I'm a bit jealous if I'm being honest.
There's 145 steps going down into the cave. You do come up the same way. Steps are going to be a little slippery, so just use the handrails on either side. When ceiling gets a little bit low, so watch your heads.
Okay.
In the unlikely event that you're on the deck with a seal or a sea lion, just come right back up.
Okay.
And that's it.
Whoa, look at this.
Love a cave.
This is cool. Low ceiling.
If you're claustrophobic, you might want to weigh your options with this one.
Oh, bridge.
But at the end of all those stairs is the cave entrance, and to me it looks like a character from The Simpsons.
The actual name of this place is Sunny Jim's Sea Cave Store. I think we kept calling it Jimmy's. That was probably my fault, but it's really cool. I had no idea this was here. They say sometimes it closed down. If like a seal comes in, you gotta come back up. You get 15 minutes down here to kind of explore the cave and look around, and it's 145 steps. Yeah.
I think the walk down was cool.
The walk down was probably the coolest
This is a little
part.
anticlimactic, but
Yeah.
the walk down was cool.
Yeah. Back up we go. There are 145 steps, which means you gotta go back up. So starting to feel a little burn. Stairs are well maintained. They're wood, and there's some water that runs because it's a cave, so you definitely have to hold on to the handrails. And there goes my breath.
If you're wondering where the sea lions are, they come around here more frequently in the summer. Personally, I think they're the smelly ones. San Diego has its fair share of speakeasies. There's one we used to go to in downtown somewhere called Noble Experiment. It's pretty cool. They got skulls on the wall. Anyway, never heard of Raised by Wolves until I found it by accident trying to remember the name of said Noble Experiment. But a hidden bar, within a bottle shop, within a suburban shopping mall, sign me up. If you've never been here before, there's a secret entrance to the actual bar. I'll give you a hint. It involves this fireplace.
Bye. I don't know what's happening behind me. Hi.
I didn't even realize it at the time, but later, after actually reading the sign out front, I found out this place made the top 20 of the best 50 bars in North America, which sent me down a rabbit hole looking into their list of the world's best 50 bars. And now I think I have a video idea for some years down the road.
This place is too fancy for our shenanigans.
Sara got what's called the first course. That's some combination of Grey Goose, goat cheese, olive oil, and balsamic. And I got the Purple Moon Cobbler, also a weird one. Black sesame, red bean paste, lime, and absinthe.
That's really, wow. That's delicious.
I don't know what that flavor is, but it hit you. It's almost licorice.
Yours matches my shirt. And mine matches your shirt.
One drink each came out to $40 total before tip. That's about the ceiling for our high roller era. So we bailed and headed to PB for my favorite pizza spot. And we followed that up by walking to get one of Sara's favorite ice cream sandwiches in all of San Diego, Baked Bear. 2 ice cream sandwiches, 2 extremely happy people. That's pretty much San Diego for us this time around. A mix of old and new memories and a few places we didn't even know we missed. We're glad we came back. Glad we took it slower. We were overdue to get back here and it still feels like a place we could call home. Next week we're diving a little deeper and taking more of a backseat to highlight some of the people behind the scenes that make San Diego what it is. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. Thanks to Blue Eddy for sponsoring this video. Having reliable power like this makes it a lot easier for us to keep making these videos wherever we are.